It's the same thing, because today you talk of having achieved one. Tomorrow, if you add another achievement on top of the first achievement, you become a better person as opposed to, compared to who you are before.
Yeah.
I mean, you said it earlier, we started from nothing, and I mean, I had 2 clients when I was starting, and I would be wrong to actually not acknowledge the fact that had they not put their trust in me, I would not be anywhere, because I didn't have everything. I mean, I only had the idea and the concept. But having trusted me, I mean, at the end of the day, today I can brag of over 30 clients simply because of what I've been building on.
Okay, and there comes a secret that I want maybe for the beginners to pick from you. Keeping these 2 clients and seeing to it that, it's on these 2 clients that you build more clients on it.
True.
What's the secret behind it?
The secret is you need to know your market. You need to know who you're dealing with. You need to know what do they expect. I mean, many a times you've heard the client is always right. Tell you what, at times they are totally wrong.
Okay.
But you know what? You're in business. They are right.
Wow, okay. So the final verdict of it all is that
the client is right, always. Because if he needs his goods delivered within 2 hours, and you can only do 2 hours, 20 minutes, by all means necessary, you must deliver in 2 hours. Because if you don't, then somebody across the door will deliver in 2 hours, and you're out of business.
And when you're starting now, not outsourcing for the equipment and everything that you needed, that is way back when you're starting, like 5 years ago.
Yes, 5 years ago.
What has changed when now you have your own stuff? What has changed? How has it improved your work?
Tell you what, when you look at a problem, you need to provide a solution. And the moment you give a solution, you can imagine how, and the solution is positive, you know that joy you feel in there. Now look at me starting and promising heaven, and I have nothing. The moment I keep on adding achievement on top of another achievement, it is such a satisfaction of fulfillment. We're in a different position now. You need to keep on keeping. You can't stop. I mean, today there is a problem. I need a truck. Get the truck. There are obligations that you have to meet. There is patience in it. There is payment. Many people fear the banks. Many people fear loans. Many people do not want to commit. But the discipline must be there.
Okay.
Because if you can't pay, then you can't own it.
Looking at business competition and from where you stand now, I would love to know, who is your competitor? Is it the bigger company ahead of you, or the lower companies of which maybe may be coming at a bigger rate to you?
Tell you, my competition is at least the clients or the transporters who can provide the service equal to what I provide. But that said, transport is very competitive, simply because everybody who owns a truck is a transporter. And there are people who have problems with paying up their trucks. And what does it help to be auctioned? No. So they'll undercut, and that's the biggest problem we have in the industry. People come and undercut you, but the most important, and what I tell many of my clients is, listen, you know what? Somebody will come here and give you a solution today that is cheaper. By half. If I'm charging you 10,000 shillings, they will charge you 5,000 shillings. But what you forget to look at is, does he understand the industry? Number 2, in the event that there is a problem with whatever equipment they're using, do they have a backup? Do they know how long they need to take on the road to deliver this? In the event of anything, what are their options?
Modality.
Now, who will be delayed here? Who will lose at the end of the day? So it could be cheap, but at the end of the day, it's become very expensive.
Sustainability you're talking about here. And mentioning about trucks, I don't drive one, but there is these Pro Books of which are coming up in a very big way. Are they a threat for your business, or the package? Tell you what, tomorrow there'll be another solution. Somebody will come up with a solution that might meet a problem that maybe I'm not solving at the moment. I think this problem that I'm solving at the moment, I believe I have the best, but I'm not saying nobody else can come with a better solution. Simply because when I'm giving a solution, there's so many things I look at. There's number 1, there's a competition. What is the market talking about? What does it say about whatever solution I'm giving? Number 2, competition. What does the competition
say about what I'm trying to come up with. Number 3, the requirements. If the requirements are so expensive, I cannot come in and become so cheap. Because if the equipment is going for $1 million, I will not come in and become cheaper than that cost by itself.
Yeah, true.
So all those factors, I need to bring them, I bring them out, and even my interest in it. Because I'm in the business so that I can be who I am, I can bring up my family and all that. So the aspect of the margin and markups is open, it's not a secret.
Okay.
I mean, every business survives or thrives on markups.
True.
So all those factors, if I sit down and draw the matrix, I come up with something that for anybody to come and beat it, you must have done a better matrix than mine.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you see, we're talking about sometimes you'll be required to carry out or to help a business transport their good, and it's all about temperatures and so many things going on inside there. So is it really hands-on? Do you have to be there all the time, or?
In business, I believe when you're still very young in business, you can't help but be there.
Yeah.
You don't lose money simply because you lost 100,000 today. You might be losing 200 shillings every other hour, and at the end of the year, if you look at how much you're losing, it becomes over $1 million or $2 million. So I believe hands-on is a must. The structures that you put up later are the same. They substitute your presence, because without the structures, then you cannot check what you're losing or what you're not losing.
But in the beginning, you really have to be there
Hands-on.
before the structures
Hands-on.
come up.
Okay.
Some questions will come your way, and if you've not been hands-on, you will
You
not
don't
be
know
able
how
to
to
respond.
answer them.
Hot
Well,
soup.
guys, you know, as we told you earlier, 21144 is our SMS line, and we would actually like to interact with you. You can ask our guest any kind of question that you want. So 21144 again is our SMS line. Talk to us. Talk to Mr. Ngatia. He's here. He has an amazing story. He's not just any other CEO. He's actually very inspirational. I believe all of you out there want to be CEOs by the end of tonight's show. So one is asking, first step towards success, is taken when you refuse to be a captive of the environment in which you first find yourself. Mr. Ngatia, greatness is not where we stand, but in what direction we are moving. Kudos. That is passion for nature. Congratulating you for a wonderful job. And you know what? I second you, passion for nature. I really second you
Thank you.
on that. Another very important thing I really must talk about, when you talk about starting up a business, the bigger challenge, especially for younger guys, is a lack of capital. If they really have to pull together with other people and come up with structures, maybe perhaps banks will not do, and maybe there before there was nothing like a Wezo fund or other things, and guys would prefer to do partnership. We come together, pool our resources and do something. But for you, it's totally different. Mr. and Mrs. Ngatia are the people who are managing the business, the ownership of the business. Why not partnership? What is your take on it?
Partnership, I would not want to, advise anybody not to get into partnership.
Yes.
But again, in everything that you do, there is always your interest.
Yeah.
I mean, anything that we do, there is always what's your interest in it. I was getting into Cynkey with, in Kikuyu, there's something that says with your both your feet.
Yes.
I wasn't trying out.
Yeah.
I was in it and I was in it completely. The biggest fear I've always had, and that's why maybe your question will be coming in, is about partnership. Why didn't I partner with anybody outside there? And the fact that I didn't have so much capital then to start. And I opted to go through the thin line to really make it up, is the fear of actually starting something very big, like what I see Cynkey becoming, and then all of a sudden the dream is cut short simply because the other partners want to part ways.
Yes.
And we've seen many people who've done that before. That is one of the reasons why I thought, you know what, I better walk the thin line, but finally stand up and see my empire. Not being selfish or anything, but just so that I made sure, or I make sure that at the end of the day it shall be.
But for those who have similar goals and aspirations, they can actually partner.
Partnering is not a problem, and as I said, I wouldn't want to talk anybody out of that.
Yeah.
It is still a very good option, but of course, what are your interests? I mean, my decision was guided by my interest, and I thought I wouldn't want anywhere to break, my dream.